Never let go. Say it. Hey Latchkey kids and driving mutants, I'm Lady Shasha, Mistress of the Snark, and I just watched Never Let Go. When I saw the trailer for Never Let Go, I thought that it was gonna suck, especially since the last horror film that I saw Halle Berry in was Gothica. And I don't remember that being that great, but I will need to revisit it, so don't quote me on that. This movie is not what you think. I actually like that the trailer is misleading. The best way to approach this movie is to go in blind. I actually think that if you have not seen the trailer for this movie, do not watch it and go in completely blind. I didn't know going into this that this was directed by Alexandre Aja, who you might know from Hot Tension, and also the remake to The Hills Have Eyes. If you are familiar with Alexandre Aja, then you will understand the tone of his films. I personally have enjoyed the tone of his previous films, and this one maintains that same foreboding tone. I would actually describe this more as a horror drama in that the storyline focuses very heavily on the dynamics of family. I'm going to say drama because this is a spoiler-free review. That said, this very much has a lot of horror elements. One thing that Aja does add are some jump scares. I know that immediately brings to mind the kind of Blumhouse boo gotcha type of jump scare, but these are much better timed and more effective in my opinion. And like I said, if you are familiar with his other films, then you know the type of jump scares he's able to provide. Halle Berry does an amazing job in this, and it's really troublesome to me that actors who star in horror films are not recognized for their skills when it comes to award season. And I'm thinking of performances like Toni Collette's in Hereditary or Lupita Nyong'o in Us, which is a dual role that neither was recognized during Oscar season, and I think that's a travesty. If I entertained you, made you smile, or helped you pass the time, please consider supporting this channel so that I can do that more. Horror channels often get suppressed and demonetized, but you can help in 3 ways: by pledging a monthly contribution on Patreon, sending a one-time tip using your preferred financial app, or you could help for free by liking and commenting for the algorithm, and most importantly, sharing this video on your social media. Thank you so much. I'm not saying that this particular performance of Halle's was exactly Oscar worthy, but it's damn close in my opinion. That said, the 2 young actors in this really carried the film. I'm gonna call them Mini Will Smith, and my husband said Mini Don Cheadle, but he kind of reminded me more of Chadwick Boseman. Not so much in his look, but in his manner. These 2 kids knocked it out of the park. There was some areas where I can see improvement, but they're still little kids. They're gonna get better, and they're already starting really, really good. I mean, they really, like I said, carried this film. Now, the thing about this movie is it can be interpreted in 2 different ways. You can interpret it literally or you can interpret it figuratively. I think it's intentionally left up to the viewer to interpret. I don't want to spoil this film because I do believe it's a very strong film. And unless you tell me in the comments that you want me to do an additional spoiler review, I will come back and do that. But right now, I'm not going to spoil this film. The screening I went to, the people reacted to this film very positively. It is a crowd-pleasing film. There are times when it is stomach-tightening, thrilling, suspenseful type of film. And there's other times where it startles you out of your seat. I'll say that. Then there's other times where it's extremely understated and dramatic. And I think that the balance between these 2 things worked really well. I don't need to say much about the technical aspects because obviously with Alexandre Aja, he gets a decent budget. So everything looks beautiful. Everything's shot beautiful. There is a combination of practical effects and just a pinch of CGI used to help the practical effects along. I liked how it looked. I had no problems with how it looked. I actually have to say that for those of you that have seen the trailer, it looks better in the film than it did in the trailer, which means they used footage in the trailer that was incomplete. So if you have seen the trailer and you thought, oh, that doesn't look that great, it looks way better in the finished product. I would recommend this film to you if you like dark horror dramas that kick it up a notch with some really good scares. But like I always say, don't take my word for it. Watch it for yourself. Just because I like something doesn't mean you won't hate it. And just because I hate something It doesn't mean you won't like it. Have you seen Never Let Go? Let me know in the comments. Until next time. Special thank you to my patrons. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Reminder to new and returning Latchkey kids, don't forget to follow me on your preferred social media platform and check the community tab on YouTube for some fun extras. By the way, here are some other videos you might like.